If you wake up every morning feeling a little less like yourself, wondering where your strength has gone, you're not alone. Maybe intimacy has become more of a memory than a reality, and the confidence you once had feels like it's slipping through your fingers. It's a quiet suffering, something many men don't talk about, even with their closest friends or doctors. But I want you to know something important. You're not broken. You're not finished. You're simply stuck in a place that you can get out of, starting with one small but powerful act each morning. Picture this. The sun rises, casting a soft glow across your room, and in those first moments as you open your eyes, your body is sending signals. Signals of aging, of wear, of things you might wish you could ignore. But what if you could answer those signals with a gentle ritual, something that says to your body, "I'm still here, I'm still fighting, I'm still capable." This isn't about magic or overnight miracles. It's about small, consistent steps that add up to something real, something that can help restore not only your physical health, but your connection to yourself and to those you love. Let me tell you about Bill. Bill was 67, a retired welder with hands roughened by decades of hard work and a heart full of quiet pain. When he came to me, he was tired in more ways than one. Tired of not sleeping well, tired of avoiding his wife's touch because he felt like he was failing her and himself. He thought he was done, but Bill wasn't done. He was just at the end of his rope. He'd tried pills, supplements, all kinds of quick fixes, and nothing seemed to stick. Skeptical but desperate, Bill agreed to try something different. A simple morning ritual, nothing flashy, no promises, just a promise to himself to try. Bill's story didn't end with that decision. It was only the beginning of a process that took patience, trial, and sometimes frustration. In the first week, he didn't notice much change. Some mornings were better than others, but overall, the sense of loss and exhaustion still lingered heavily. That's often the case. Real change rarely happens overnight, especially when dealing with something as complex and deeply personal as sexual health in later life. What Bill needed was more than a quick fix. He needed a gentle reintroduction to his own body, a way to reconnect physically and emotionally to the idea that healing was possible. What made Bill's journey so compelling was his willingness to observe himself honestly. He began to journal simple notes about how he felt each morning, his energy levels, any sensations or emotional shifts. Through this, he realized something crucial. His body responded best not just to what he did physically, but to how he felt emotionally. On days when he was anxious or discouraged, his circulation and motivation lagged. On days when he approached the ritual with curiosity and kindness, even if tired, his body seemed to wake up more readily. This was a powerful lesson in the mind-body connection, one that many men overlook but is vital for recovery. Physiologically, what Bill was doing, hydrating, moving gently, breathing deeply, was targeting key biological systems that naturally decline with age. The endothelial lining of blood vessels, the delicate inner surface responsible for producing nitric oxide, is especially sensitive to lifestyle and stress. Nitric oxide acts like a natural vasodilator, signaling arteries to relax and open wider. Without enough of it, blood flow to the penis is compromised, which leads to erectile difficulties. But the good news is that even in older adults, the endothelial cells retain a remarkable ability to regenerate and respond positively to lifestyle changes. Bill's morning routine was essentially training his vascular system to work better, one gentle step at a time. It wasn't just about the physical mechanics, though. Bill had to confront years of accumulated shame and fear. Thoughts like, "I'm too old," "I've lost my masculinity," or "my wife must be disappointed." These thoughts create a chronic stress response that tightens blood vessels and disrupts hormonal balance. I encouraged Bill to try something that surprised him at first, looking in the mirror each morning and saying, "I am enough. I am worthy." It felt strange and even silly at times, but slowly, this daily affirmation became a cornerstone of his healing. It rewired his brain to release less cortisol and more oxytocin, the bonding hormone that promotes relaxation and emotional safety. Bill also began to understand the importance of reclaiming intimacy beyond performance. He started small, with more frequent hand-holding, gentle touches, and honest conversations with his wife about his fears and hopes. This emotional intimacy fueled the physical progress, creating a positive feedback loop of connection and healing. Over time, Bill and his wife reported a renewed closeness that neither had expected, reminding us all that sexuality is as much about vulnerability and trust as it is about physical function. His story illustrates that recovery is multidimensional. It's about understanding the interplay between biology, psychology, and relationships. It's about reclaiming a sense of agency when many forces feel out of control. And it's about honoring your body's wisdom even when it seems to betray you. If you listen closely, your body is always communicating, sending signals about what it needs and how it feels. Bill's journey teaches us to listen with patience, compassion, and a willingness to respond gently, not with force or frustration, but with curiosity and care. This is the essence of healing, a dialogue between you and yourself that grows richer each day. That ritual changed everything. Within weeks, Bill told me he felt like he was waking up again, not just his body, but his spirit. The fog lifted, his energy returned, his confidence grew, and most importantly, his relationship blossomed anew. Bill's story is not unique, but it's often hidden behind silence and shame. It's a reminder that restoration begins not with grand gestures, but with a single choice each morning. To understand why this works, it's important to know a little about how your body functions. Sexual health, especially as we age, is deeply connected to something you might not think about every day: circulation. The penis is often called the barometer of your cardiovascular health, and for good reason. Think of it like a garden hose. If the hose is kinked, blocked, or damaged, the water just won't flow. Without good blood flow, erections become difficult or impossible. But this isn't just about sex. It's about the health of your heart, your blood vessels, your entire system. Over time, the blood vessels that carry life-giving blood to your body can become stiffer, narrower, and less responsive. Overnight, when you're lying still, blood flow slows. This stagnation can lead to discomfort and a reduction in the natural morning responses many men used to take for granted. Add to that the effects of insulin resistance, poor sleep, or chronic stress, and the picture becomes clearer. These factors combine to make mornings tougher for many men. But there's hope in the very start of your day. What you do in the first 15 minutes after waking can set the tone for everything that follows. You have a chance to reset your body's internal rhythms, to encourage circulation, and to prepare your mind and heart for the day ahead. One of the simplest and most effective things you can do is to hydrate. After 7 or 8 hours without a drop of water, your blood thickens, and your heart has to work harder to pump it through narrowed vessels. A glass of warm water with a squeeze of lemon is a gentle way to wake up your system. The warm water helps thin your blood, improving flow, while the lemon provides antioxidants that support your blood vessel lining, known as the endothelium. This lining is crucial because it regulates dilation and constriction, meaning it controls how freely blood moves through your arteries. When it's healthy, erections improve. When it's not, problems arise. Hydrating first thing isn't just about quenching thirst. It's about preparing your entire circulatory system to move, to breathe, to heal. Imagine that morning glass as the first message you send your body each day. It's time to flow again. But hydration alone isn't enough. Your blood needs to be coaxed into motion. That's where a simple movement routine comes in. This isn't intense exercise, and you don't need special equipment or a gym membership. Just 5 minutes of gentle, deliberate movement can prime your circulation like nothing else. Slow toe touches, gentle squats, neck rolls, shoulder circles. These motions awaken muscles and blood vessels alike, encouraging the release of nitric oxide, a powerful molecule that signals your arteries to relax and open wide. The result is better oxygen delivery and increased blood flow, not just to your penis, but throughout your entire body. Deep breathing is part of this ritual too. Standing tall, inhaling slowly through your nose, and exhaling fully brings oxygen into your bloodstream and signals your nervous system to calm down. This calming effect lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that tightens blood vessels and hampers circulation. When you combine movement with breathing, it's like brushing your teeth for your arteries. Simple, necessary, and incredibly effective. But healing the body isn't just physical, it's also deeply mental and emotional. As men age, many find themselves wrestling with an invisible weight, the loss of youth, of vitality, and sometimes of identity. The psychological impact of these changes can be just as real as the physical ones. Stress, anxiety, and feelings of inadequacy all constrict the body, making recovery feel impossible. That's why the third part of this morning ritual is a mindset reboot. Taking even a single minute for quiet reflection or breath work can make a profound difference. Focus on gratitude for what your body still can do, for the life you've lived, and for the possibility of more good days ahead. Lowering cortisol in this way doesn't just improve blood flow, it nurtures your spirit. Your body listens to your mind. If you speak to it with kindness and respect, it will respond in kind. This moment of calm isn't just about relaxation, it's about reclaiming your relationship with yourself, acknowledging your worth, and setting an intention to care for yourself every day. You might not see dramatic changes overnight, but these simple acts, hydrating, moving, breathing, are powerful. They send a message to your heart and your blood vessels that you're still here, still engaged, still fighting to reclaim your vitality. And that message matters, because no matter what age you are, your body is capable of remarkable things when you give it the chance. This is where Bill's journey truly began, the moment he stopped seeing his body as a failure and started seeing it as a partner in healing. And it can be your story too. As you continue this simple morning ritual, something profound begins to happen, not just in your body, but in your mind and heart. The small moments of care and attention you give yourself each day accumulate, weaving together to create a new narrative about who you are and what you're capable of. You start to realize that you're still a man, no matter what the mirror or the calendar says. And that's a truth worth holding on to, especially on the days when the struggle feels the heaviest. There's a quiet grief that many men carry as they grow older, the loss of the physical vitality and confidence that once seemed effortless. It can feel like an invisible weight, a shadow creeping over the parts of life that used to bring joy and connection. The silence around these feelings only makes them grow louder inside. But here's the thing: sexuality, intimacy, and the very essence of manhood don't disappear with age. They evolve, shift, and deepen in ways that can surprise you if you let them. The intimacy you share with a partner becomes richer when it's not solely defined by performance or physicality. It becomes a space for vulnerability, trust, and mutual care. And that starts with how you treat yourself. Each morning you choose to nurture your body and mind. You send a message: I am worth caring for. I deserve to feel alive, connected, and powerful in my own skin. This mindset is as important as any medicine or treatment because your body listens to the stories you tell it. This journey is about reclaiming your identity in a way that feels authentic and deeply personal. It's about letting go of shame and fear and replacing them with hope and determination. And while the road may have bumps, each step forward is a victory. The morning ritual you've started is not just a routine, it's a statement. It says you are not giving up. You are choosing life, vitality, and connection on your own terms. Many men tell me that when they begin this process, they feel an unexpected shift in their relationships too. Partners notice the change, not just because of physical improvements, but because of the renewed sense of self-confidence and presence. There's something magnetic about a man who honors his body and spirit, who shows up fully, even after years of struggle. It invites closeness and intimacy that goes beyond the surface. And this is the transformation that really matters, the one that carries you beyond the bedroom and into every part of your life. Feeling strong, capable, and connected impacts your mood, your motivation, and your overall well-being. It's like waking up from a long sleep, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. You start to move through your days with a new lightness, a quiet strength that others can sense, even if you don't say a word. So what does it take to keep this momentum going? It's simple, but not always easy. Commitment, patience, and kindness toward yourself. There will be days when the old doubts creep back in, when the routine feels like a chore, or when progress seems slow. That's normal. Healing is rarely a straight line. But if you stay consistent, these morning acts of care will build resilience, physical, emotional, and mental. Remember Bill, the man who started with nothing but hope and a glass of water? Months later, he told me his wife noticed the change before he even said a word. He had more energy, slept better, and most importantly, he felt alive again. His story isn't just about physical recovery, it's about reclaiming joy and connection. It's about proving to himself that age is not a prison, but a new chapter. You have the power to write your own story like Bill did. It starts with the morning, with that first glass of water, those gentle movements, and a quiet moment to reconnect with your breath and your worth. It's about listening to your body and honoring its needs with patience and respect. And it's about understanding that the journey toward recovery and vitality is as much about the mind and heart as it is about the body. As you practice these rituals, I invite you to carry this truth with you. You are still a man. You are still whole. Your body remembers how to flow, how to heal, how to thrive. It just needs your permission and your care. The years may have brought changes, but they've also brought wisdom. The wisdom to know that healing doesn't come from rushing or forcing, but from steady, compassionate attention. This is your moment to take back control, to show up for yourself in a way that honors all that you've been through and all that you still can be. Don't let shame or silence keep you stuck. Instead, choose to be kind to your body and your spirit. Choose to greet each morning with intention and hope. Because when you do, you're not just improving your sexual health, you're reclaiming your life. I'm honored to walk alongside you on this journey. If you found this message meaningful, consider subscribing and sharing your experience in the comments below. Your story might be the encouragement another man needs to take his first step. And remember, healing is possible at every age. One morning at a time, one breath at a time, you are moving toward a stronger, more vibrant you. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, don't just get out of bed. Show up for yourself. Take that glass of warm water. Move your body gently. Breathe deeply and remind yourself that you matter. Because you do. You always have, and you always will. Thank you for trusting me with your time and your story. Here's to your health, your strength, and your journey forward.